Hello Voicers, it's Majj and Subia from Voicebowl, and today we are standing in front of a 65 Mustang. We are going to learn kind of a forgotten life skill, and that is how to change a flat tire. So recently, Subia got a flat tire twice in the same month, believe it or not. And so it made us realize that this is something that we really need to know how to do, because what if you're stranded with no cell reception and you can't call AAA? You're gonna kind of have to be forced to change that flat tire or walk to your destination. So if you find yourself in a situation with a flat tire, the first thing you wanna do is pull over to the side of the road to a safe location. The next thing you wanna do is pull up your emergency brake and turn on your emergency lights.
The next step is to chalk the wheel, which means placing something like this that you may have in your car. A brick, a rock, or a piece of wood like this right behind the wheel. Now this is an extra precaution. Basically, you don't want your car rolling away even though you've pulled your handbrake. So place something like this behind the wheel, opposite wheel of the one that you'll be working on.
Next, you'll want to locate the jack and the lug wrench. Keep in mind that your jack could be anywhere in the car depending on the kind of car that you have. Might be under the hood, in the trunk, or under a seat. So now you want to place the jack underneath the car, and the way to know where it goes is to locate an indent or maybe an arrow that could be underneath your car. In this situation, the safest thing for you to do is to refer to your owner's manual so that you know exactly where to lift the car up from.
So the next step is to break loose the lug nuts. Remember not to remove them. So we're on the third lug nut. We're gonna go all the way around the tire, just barely loosening them.
So now that Subia has loosened the lug nuts, it's time to raise the car. And I'm just gonna insert this tool right in here and start turning until the car is lifted off of the ground. So this is actually getting a little bit more difficult as I get to the end of it. And I think it's because this car is older and a little bit heavier. So you shouldn't probably struggle as much as I'm struggling right now with this car. But I'm gonna keep going. You wanna actually keep going until the car is lifted off of the ground, maybe an inch or two. So it's finally off the ground and we finally did it.
So now the car is lifted off the ground and we can go ahead and remove the lug nuts entirely. So if we were to try to remove the lug nuts while the car was on the ground, it would be a lot harder. This way it's a lot easier and we aren't shaking the car up and down trying to kick this lug wrench. And now they're just coming off really easily. All the lug nuts are off, and now we can try removing the tire. Now we just have to wiggle the tire off. It's pretty heavy, so once it gets down, we're just gonna roll it away. There you have it.
At this point, you want to locate your spare tire. A lot of the times it is in the trunk of the car. For the sake of this video, we're just gonna go ahead and put this tire back on and kind of pretend it's our spare.
So basically, you just want to line up one of the bolts with the hole there. So you're kind of scooting the wheel as close as you can to the car, and then getting it on, and there you have it. So now we are just going to go ahead and put on the lug nuts. Now we'll just tighten the lug nuts by hand, and then tighten them a little bit more with the wrench. Okay, so when you tighten them with the lug nut wrench, you want to tighten them in a star-shaped pattern. So we've gone here, and now we want to tighten this way.
direction do we need to go in?
So we need to go right to tighten them and left to loosen. So we'll go right.
So now that the lug nuts have been loosely tightened, it's time to go ahead and lower the jack. So just turn in the opposite direction that you were turning from before. And I must say this is much easier than raising the car. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just slide the jack right out.
So now we're going to tighten the lug nuts even more. And remember, we have to go in that star pattern. Once the lug nuts are real tight, you still want to give it more pressure and tighten them even more. So we're going to put our foot on it and use all our strength to tighten. As you can see, it's tightening even more.
Well guys, looks like we've done it. The tire has been changed. Thank you for following along with Subia and I. We hope that this was useful information to you. I'd also like to give a huge thank you to Salman Ali for letting us use this beautiful car and his workspace. So thanks guys for watching.